Page 22, Hymn of Praise. Let's look this puppy over. It's a different hand position. They give you the chart for the hand position. I don't like the charts. You got to be able to look at the music and figure it out. So let's look at the music and figure it out. The right hand starts this, and the left hand comes in later. By the way, it's in 4/4 time. Let's one thing at a time here. The right hand, you're going to put a thumb on G. That puts you in this position. It's called a G position because G is the bottom note. When the left hand comes in later, it's going to be a little finger on a, that's a G, in case you didn't know. That would be in this position, so your hands are here. I'll leave it up to you to learn the names of the notes in the music. Again, you can forget the rhythm and just go through and say the names. G, G, A, B, G, B, C, D. And same thing with the left hand. Start down here. That's G, A, B, G, B, C, D. That's why you forget the rhythm. You're just focusing on the notes. Now once you can say the names of the notes, you know the names of the notes in the music, we can go back and add the rhythm in. At the beginning it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. It's just quarter notes and half notes. You've had these forever. Hopefully you can get them by now. Same thing in the left hand. It's quarter notes and half notes. The last line are starting with the third measure of the second line. I'll get there, just a minute. It starts getting a little tricky when the hands are playing at the same time. Make sure the right hand comes up when it's supposed to on the rest. Then the last measure of the second line. 2. Hold the right hand down as you go doing this. Rhythms are different in the hands, so we ought to be. That's why you do it one hand at a time until you're reasonably comfortable. Because when you go to put the hands together, it doesn't always work out real well, and you figure, oh, what's going on? And then you have to work it out with both hands. But if you've already worked it out one hand at a time, then when you do put them together, it's not quite as difficult. It can still be a challenge, but it's not as challenging. I don't have a lot to say here. There's a repeat sign at the bottom. You're going to go back and repeat the whole thing. If you want to sing it, there's words there. That's fine. The speed, it says happily. Oh, it's a happy song. How fast would you go? It says loud. Forte. They don't need the forte in the third measure at the bottom. That's unnecessary. The forte at the beginning stays for the melody wherever it's at until you get something else. So that forte at the beginning still applies in the third measure. So that other forte is unnecessary because that's melody here. I mean, at the beginning, for the first line and a half or so, both hands are playing melody. Then when you get down to the last line in the second measure, now you're soft. It's like an echo because you just played. Start with the last measure of the second line. You're here. Now you're going to echo that here. That's why it's soft. That's the right hand that's soft. The left hand has to be softer than that because the right hand has the melody on this. That's the melody, so the left hand has to be soft. So starting with the last line, the left hand has to come down. Until then, the left hand can stay up because it's melody. It's helping. I would encourage you to observe these slurs. They're actually phrases in this case, doesn't matter. You connect the notes, but more important, or just as important, is you lift up so there's silence between the phrases when you can. Now here, the hands are overlapping. So it's like in the first line, in the third measure, the right hand is finishing a phrase, the left hand is starting one. So there's no silence in there, they overlap. But when you get down to the last line, in the second measure, both come up, so there's a little silence between the half note and then the first quarter note. Here, silence. So just both hands come up and down just a little bit. Let's play this together slowly. I'm not going to do the dynamics, but I want to double check the notes and the rhythms because they're getting a little tricky. So I'll give it 4 counts since it's in 4/4 time. Put your hands in G position. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2.